Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Gaur Premanande, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Shri Gaur Nitai, Jai Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskritya Narancheva narottamam Devim Sarasatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet Nastapreshu Abhadreshu Nitam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today we read from Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto, chapter 19, the island of Jambudvip, text 5. Martyavataras tviha martya shikshanam Raksho vadhavaiva na kevalam shivo Kuton yatha sat ramatha sva atmana Sitta kritani vyasana nishvarasya Martyavatarastviha martya shikshanam Raksho vadhayaiva na kevalam svibho Kuton yatha sat ramatha sva atmanaha Sitta kritani vyasana nishvarasya Martyavatarastviha martya shikshanam Raksho vadhayaiva na kevalam vibho Kuton yatha sat ramatha sva atmanaha Sitta kritani vyasana nishvarasya Martyavatarastviha martya shikshanam Raksho vadhayaiva na kevalam vibho Kuton yatha svat ramatha sva atmanaha Sitta kritani vasanani vasrasya Martyavatarastviha martya shikshanam Raksho vadhyavaiva na kevalam vibho Kuton yatha sat ramatha sva atmanaha Sitta kritani vyasanani varasya Martya Vataras Martya I'm sorry, as a human being Avatara whose incarnation to however Iha in the material world Martya Shikshanam, for teaching all the living entities, especially human beings. Raksha Vadhaya, to kill the demon Ravan. Eva, certainly. Na, not. Kevalam, only. Vibho, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Kuta, from where? Anyata, otherwise. Syat, there would be. Ramata, of one enjoying. Sve, in himself. Atmanaha, the spiritual identity of the universe. Sita, of the wife of Lord Ramachandra. Kritani, appearing due to the separation. Vyasamani, all the miseries. Ishvarasya, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. It was ordained that Ravan, chief of the Rakshasas, could not be killed by anyone but a man. And for this reason, Lord Ramachandra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, appeared in the form of a human being. Lord Ramachandra's mission, however, was not only to kill Ravan, but also to teach mortal beings that material happiness centered around sex life or centered around one's wife is the cause of many miseries. He is the self-sufficient Supreme Personality of Godhead, and nothing is lamentable for him. Therefore, why else could he be subjected to tribulations by the kidnapping of Mother Sita? Purport. When the Lord appears in this universe in the form of a human being, he has two purposes, as stated in Bhagavad Gita 4.9. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chaduskatam. To destroy the demons and protect the devotees. To protect the devotees, the Lord not only satisfies them by his personal presence, but also teaches them so that they will not fall down from devotional service. By his personal example, Lord Ramachandra taught the devotees that it is better not to enter married life, which is certainly followed by many tribulations, as confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam 7:9-45. Janmaitunadi grihamedi sukham hitucham kandayanina karayor iva dukha dukam tripyanti neha kripana bahu dukha bhaja kandidutvan manashijam vishayetadira. Kripanas, those who are not advanced in spiritual knowledge and who are therefore just the opposite of brahmanas, generally take to family life, which is a concession for sex. Thus they enjoy sex again and again, although that sex is followed by many tribulations. This is the warning to devotees. To teach this lesson to devotees and to human society in general, Lord Sri Ramachandra, although the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself, underwent a series of tribulations because he accepted a wife, Mother Sita. Lord Ramachandra underwent these austerities, of course, only to instruct us. Actually, he never has any reason to lament for anything. Another aspect of the Lord's instruction is that one who accepts a wife must be a faithful husband and give her full protection. Human society is divided into two classes of men: those who strictly follow the religious principles and those who are devotees. By his personal example, Lord Ramachandra wanted to instruct both of them how to fully adopt the discipline of the religious system and how to be a beloved and dutiful husband. Otherwise, he had no reason to undergo apparent tribulations. One who strictly follows religious principles must not neglect to provide all facilities for the complete protection of his wife. Therefore, may be some sufferings because of this. There may be some sufferings because of this, but one must nevertheless endure it. That is the duty of a faithful husband. By his personal example, the Lord Ramachandra demonstrated this duty. Lord Ramachandra could have produced hundreds and thousands of sitas from his pleasure energy, but just to show the duty of a faithful husband, he not only rescued Sita from the hands of Ravan, but also killed Ravan and all the members of his family. Another aspect of the teaching of Lord Ramachandra is that although Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and his devotees may apparently suffer from material tribulations, they have nothing to do with such tribulations. They are Mukta Purusha, liberated person, under all circumstances. It is therefore said in the Chaitanya Bhagavata, Jata Deka Vaishnavera Vyavahara Dukkha Nischaya Janiha Tava Paramananda Sukha. A Vaishnava is always firmly situated in transcendental bliss because of engagement in devotional service. Although he may appear to suffer material pains, his position is called transcendental bliss in separation, viraha. The emotions a lover and beloved feel when separated from one another are actually very blissful. Although apparently painful, therefore the separation of Lord Ramachandra from Sita Devi, as well as the consequent tribulations they suffered, is but another display of transcendental bliss. That is the opinion of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Martyavataras tviha martya shikshanam raksho vadhajaiva nakevalam vibhu kuto anyatha sat ramata svaatmanam sita kritani vyasana ninavarashya. It was ordained that Ravan, chief of the Rakshasas, could not be killed by anyone but a man, and for this reason Lord Ramachandra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, appeared in the form of a human being. Lord Ramachandra's mission, however, was not only to kill Ravan, but also to teach mortal beings that material happiness centered around sex life or centered around one's wife is the cause of many miseries. He is the self-sufficient Supreme Personality of Godhead, and nothing is lamentable for him. Therefore, why else could he be subjected to tribulations by kidnapping of Mother Sita? Om Jnanatimrandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manopistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapatandikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Patakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagriyatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tvam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savatutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Chagatpati Gopesha Gopikakanta Radhakanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sutti Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpadruvascha Kripa Sindhu Vyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So, Hare Krishna. Quite an interesting verse, and especially also the purport of Srila Prabhupada. He makes different points, quite relevant points, also showing and elaborating the multi-various aspects of Krishna consciousness, or the multi-various aspects of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which he conducts when he comes to the material sphere. Lord Ramachandra is none different from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, from Krishna. Ramadi Murtishu Kalayena Yenem Ratishtan Nanavatar Akarot Bhuvaneshu Kintu Krishna Swayam Sambhavat Parama Pumanyo Govindam Aripurusham Tamaham Bhajami. Srimad Brahma Samhita states that the original personality of Godhead is Lord Krishna, and from him multivarious incarnations stem, starting with Rama, Ramadi. Rama Adi means Lord Ramachandra and others like Nrsimhadev, Varaha, Matsa, Kurma, etc. But Lord Ramachandra is especially mentioned. That actually also indicates the importance of the incarnation of Lord Ramachandra. Each incarnation has a specific duty when he comes to the material world. The general understanding, or the main reasons why the Supreme Personality of Godhead appears, is also being given in the purport. Prabhupada mentions Paritranaya Sadhuna Vinashaya Chatuskitam Dharma Samstapanartaya Samvavani Jige Jige. Like the Supreme Personality of Godhead comes to this material world in order to protect his devotees and to annihilate or destroy the demons. But at the same time, he also comes to establish Dharma. So Lord Ramachandra is also called the Maryada Purusha, Purushottama. Maryada means the ethics, moral, or Dharma. He especially stands for the dharmic principles. In comparison, we can see that Lord Krishna, he is also called like Lila Purushottama. When Krishna comes, he actually just comes in order to enjoy and fulfill the desires of his intimate devotee. He comes and performs his leelas, which are based mainly on the pure exchanges, the loving exchanges. But Lord Ramachandra, he has a special mission to accomplish when he comes, and that is to show by his own principle, by his own practice, the way of Dharma. It also has been said that Lord Ramachandra appeared in Treta Yuga and Lord Krishna appeared in Dvapara Yuga. That is also to make the point how important it is to perform his duty, his religious duty. So to say that first we have to come up to the standard by performing our religious duty in order to enter into the realm of pure devotional service, and in order to be able to relish the pure exchanges, loving exchanges between the individual soul and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Prabhupada makes quite a strong point that one of the aspects of Lord Ramachandra's appearance is to actually show the devotee how troublesome married life is. It's quite straight how Prabhupada actually also explains it. So that is one side. And indeed it is very important for us conditioned souls on the way of perfecting our lives, performing devotional service, to understand this point, that this material world is actually driven by sex desire. So that means whoever comes to this world, to some extent, is affected by this principle of attraction of the opposite sex, male and female. Pumsa striya maituni bhavamita taror mita hridaya granti ahu ato griha kshetra sutapta vitayar chanasya moho ayam aham ameti. This principle of attraction between male and female, which culminates in the sexual indulgence, is actually the main force in this material world, and it builds the knot in the heart, hridaya granti. When a man and a woman comes together, the attraction and attachment starts to increase more when there are children. And then it actually increases more and more. Ato griha kshetra sutapta vitayar. Griha, then there is a household. Kshetra means field or house, home. If a couple, a man and a woman, comes together, they want to have a house. Griha, kshetra, they want to have some dwelling place, some field which can nourish them. Sutta, then there will be offsprings. Apta, relatives. And vitayar means possessions. So, and in that way, by identifying with these belongings, the conditioned souls get more and more attached and drawn into the illusion of I, me, and mine, forgetting actually his relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And that is the danger which Srila Prabhupada is actually warning, and which the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Ramachandra, is exemplifying by his example, that due to this attachment and identification, a lot of suffering is happening in one's life. So this is, so to say, one aspect. But then it also has been explained by Srila Prabhupada, there is another aspect which is being exemplified by Lord Ramachandra, which is that this feeling of separation is also a spiritual sentiment. We have been taught by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but that actually the highest mellow is the conjugal mellow, the relationship of a male and a female, the attraction, conjugal. And in that stage, the highest sentiments are actually produced by separation, vipralamba. It has been said that the feelings, the intensity of the feeling is increased when the couple is not together, because then the concentration is intensified. The longing for one another is intensified. The love, the feelings are intensified. And they have to be described in 5 different divisions, so to say. And all of them actually have been exhibited by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Ramachandra, when he was there. They have been described as, one is sattvika, the emotion of sattvika, which means that tears are be seen, faltering voices, and even the change of the voice due to that feeling of separation, and even the change of color can appear in the bodily appearance. Then the second one is sanchari, which means anxiety, fear, joy, pride. These are different expressions, in ecstasy, in this feeling of vipralamba, separation. Then the third one, vilapa, lamentation, pitiful crying. Then the fourth one, mucha, fainting. The individual, the devotee, becomes unconscious and faints due to the pain of separation. And finally, unmada means an insanity or a psychotic due to the intense suffering caused by the separation. These are different characteristics which have been explained in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, the symptoms of the highest state of spiritual emotions, which is caused by vipralamba, by the separation of the lover and the beloved. So there we can see it has two aspects depending on how we look at it. But then Prabhupada makes a special point that we never should misunderstand that Lord Ramachandra is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he is actually completely aloof of any kind of material consciousness. And in that way, his lessons which he gives towards the conditioned souls shouldn't be misunderstood that the Lord himself feels in that way. Prabhupada makes the point that Lord Ramachandra in any way could have expanded, his Ladini Shakti in many more thousands of goddesses of fortune. So it was not lack of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Moreover, it was to show the conditioned living entities this lesson, how important it is not to fall prey, and at the same time, what the conditioned soul has to expect engaging in these family affairs. And at the same time, how to dutifully conduct this state of Varnashram Dharma, meaning being in Grihastha Ashram. Very interestingly, it also has been explained that the cause of this pain or separation was the fact that Sita Devi was abducted, was stolen by Ravan. There is a beautiful story in Chaitanya Charitamrita when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to southern India. He came across a Ram Bhakta, Ram Das, who was very much in pain due to the fact that whenever he was thinking of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Ramachandra, his beloved wife, being stolen by Ravan, he couldn't bear the fact that this demon was actually getting his hands on the Lord's consort. And due to his spiritual emotions, he felt very troubled. So, to an extent that he actually even stopped eating. But then it has been explained that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu consoled him by telling him that in Kurma Purana there is a statement that actually Ravan didn't abduct, didn't steal Sita Devi, but instead he actually stole Maya Sita, illusory Sita. And there is a nice explanation given. In Kurma Purana it has been said that Sita Devi, when being confronted with Ravan, she went to pray to Agni Dev in order to protect her. So Agni Dev agreed and gave her shelter and created, due to his power, Maya Sita. has been explained like Jaya Sita. Jaya means shadow. And that Ravan actually abducted that Maya Sita. And in the meantime, Agni Dev was protecting the real Sita. And the understanding is that when Lord Ramachandra killed Ravan, Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladev, Jai Subhadra Maharani ki Jai, Jai Shishya Gaur Nitai, there was the quest of proving the chastity of Sita Devi, which was conducted by Sita entering into the fire, and it has been explained. While Maya Sita was entering the fire, out of the fire, the real Sita came, meaning Agni Dev, the Lord of Fire, released or gave Sita back to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Ramachandra. And in the Brahma Vaivarta Purana, even more details have been given. It has been said that this Maya Sita in her previous life was Vedavati. She was a person which was actually Ravan tried to molest. And due to that fact, Vedavati actually cursed Ravan that due to his act, she will actually be in her next life the cause of his destruction. So that means Vedavati appeared in her next life as Maya Sita, the illusory Sita. Then further it has been explained that this illusory Sita, once she was entering fire and was being taken, or when she was being taken by Lord Ramachandra, when she entered the fire and the real Sita was given back to Lord Ramachandra, she actually approached Ramachandra and requested what's now going to happen with her, what she's supposed to do. And then she was advised to go to Pushkar and perform sacrifice, tapasya, in order to attain the state of Swarga Lakshmi, meaning Lakshmi of the heavenly planets. So that she did, and she performed, they say, for 30,000 years, tapasya. And Lord Shiva was very much satisfied with her and asked her what kind of boon she likes. Then she said that she wants a husband. So this plea she repeated 5 times. Because she repeated it 5 times, Lord Shiva granted her the boon that in her next life she actually will be becoming 5 husbands, and she will be born as Draupadi. So, from that narrations of Brahma Vivarta Purana, it has been said that this personality has appeared in 3 yugas. That's why another name of her is Drihayana. She appeared in the Golden Age, in Satya Yuga, as Vedavati, where she was molested by Ravan. Then in Treta Yuga, she appeared as Maya Sita, and in Dwapar Yuga, she appeared as Draupadi. So there we can see that there are many, many different multifarious aspects when the Supreme Personality of Godhead appears. And according to the different devotees he exchanges while his appearance is here, there are different aspects or different tasks he fulfills in exchange with his devotees. There's another very beautiful example given in connection with Lord Ramachandra and also his narrations. It has been said that the original Leelas of Lord Ramachandra were written down in 100 crores. Yeah, 100 crores. In Brahmaloka, on the topmost planet, the narrations of the pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Ramachandra, are actually written down in 100,000 crores. Then Lord Shiva was very fond of them. And as we know, Lord Shiva is Vaishnavanam, Yatha Shambhu. He is actually the best Vaishnav. And Vaishnav means he's extremely merciful. So each and every syllable of these 100,000 or 100 crores of verses, each syllable has got the power to free any conditioned soul from his material conditioning. So being so all-merciful, Lord Ramachandra thought, let me distribute. So he gave 33 crores to the upper planetary system, 33 crores to the middle planetary, and 33 crores to the lower planetary systems, and was left with 1 crore of verses. So then Parvati, Shiva's wife, asked him, so what are you going to do with this 1,000? You want to keep that for 1 crore, you want to keep that for yourself? And Lord Shiva was meditating, thinking, yes, why not distribute and be merciful? So out of this 1 crore, he distributed 33 lakhs to the upper, 33 to the middle, and 33 to the lower planetary system, and he left 1 lakh of verses with himself. Still again Parvati asks, so what are you going to do now with this 1 lakh? Then, not being able to stop his magnanimous nature, Lord Shiva again distributed 33,000 verses to the upper, 33 to the middle, and 33,000 verses to the lower, and he was left with 1,000 verses. So then once again the same thing happens, and due to his magnanimous nature, Shiva distributed again these 1,000 verses which were left, 333 to the upper, 333 to the middle, and 333 to the lower planetary systems. So he was left with how much? One verse. So that one verse, it has been described that is composed, one verse is composed according to the grammar into 32 syllables. So once again, he was considering, still in his mind, as we said in the beginning, each syllable has got the power, to free conditioned soul from material existence. So due to his magnanimous nature, Lord Shiva once again said, okay, let me distribute 10 syllables to the upper, 10 to the middle, and 10 to the lower planetary system, and just keep the 2. So Parvati was quite astonished and said, so you only will keep 2 for yourself? Then Lord Shiva said, yes, because these 2 syllables, Ra, Ma, actually contain the whole essence of Ramayana in itself. So from there, he actually established the spiritual power of the Lord's name, Rama. And Prabhupada used to explain this Rama, which is also part of the Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, signifies different aspects. It can indicate Lord Balaram, then it also can indicate Lord Ramachandra, and it also can indicate Lord Parashuram. And Jiva Goswami actually even went further, and he said Rama actually contains Radha Krishna. He said that syllable Ra is indicating Radharani, and the syllable Ma is indicating Madhusudan, Krishna. So Rama actually is the conjunction, so to say, the union when Radharani and Krishna comes together. So we can see the perfection of the name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Ramachandra, in these 2 syllables, Rama, which are also part of the Mahamantra, which has been said to be the most potent way in this age of Kali Yuga in order to attain perfection, the Yuga Dharma. Simply by reciting the holy names of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the conditioned souls will actually be able to re-establish his relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and in that way be qualified to once again enter into the spiritual world and associate with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Any comments? Any questions? Yeah.
Some questions actually before we can take one. Thank you so much for the lecture. In the beginning you mentioned family life and attachment. I was wondering if you see that your family gets very attached to you, but what should you do in that case? Should you take like a distance or?
Oh, that's good. The main point is nothing wrong with family life. Also, it was pointed out here, the danger is that we will be distracted. Like, spiritual life means to see Krishna all the time. Krishna is the center of a devotee's life. So whatever deviates our consciousness from this original Krishna consciousness, seeing Krishna in the center, is unfavorable. But now coming to your point, you're a devotee. So if your family members are attached to you, that is good. So you should entertain that, so to say.
But is it good for them?
For them it's good. The question is what you do. Prabhupada always used to say, like a preacher goes and gives his association. That's what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually instructed all of us to do. Whoever you meet, you speak about Krishna. So you give your association to them. So that will be beneficial for them as well as will be beneficial for us. Yare dekha, tare kaha, Krishna Upadesh. So now we just have to be careful that we give them our association and we don't get entrapped to take their association. You know what I mean? And naturally, I say we should be careful. At the same time, we also should have full faith that if our motivation is like that, Krishna will protect us. I'm saying that not to shy away, because you can hurt somebody's feelings like that. Why? After all, they're your family. And according to... Actually, that's very relevant. What was actually the cause of all these calamities which happened, so to say, in Lord Ramachandra's life? It was that he exemplified the way of Dharma by accepting the order of his father, which said that, let Bharat take the throne and you go into exile. So that is actually what Prabhupada points out in the first part, like what Lord Ramachandra came to instruct the world, that we have to follow Dharma, Maryada. Maryada also means etiquette, proper behavior. And as Prabhupada said, Vaishnav means perfect gentleman. And after all, we are indebted to our parents because they gave us the body. Naturally, it's said that somebody who is engaged, that is also what Scripture said, somebody who is fully engaged in devotional service, he has no obligations towards anyone. But that is a very high state. But otherwise we have some obligations. Once again, the most important thing is that we try our best to follow Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instruction. Whoever you meet, you speak about Krishna. And sometimes that doesn't necessarily mean verbally. Because if you know that certain persons get agitated, you don't unnecessarily have to agitate. Just show them your love. That will be fine. You know what I mean? Be a perfect example. And because people will benefit. That is the process of preaching. How to attract living entities. Hare Krishna. Any comment? Dear Krishna Prabhu. Okay, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Gaura Premanand.